Hey guys, so today a bombshell happened and the ban list actually dropped, which kind of changes quite a bit of things for heroes. To be honest, I found the ban list actually really benefited heroes this time around. So I kind of made some changes. I also made some changes with some deck profiles and just been testing for a couple days. And to be honest, for right now, I feel this is probably the way to go post ban list. But who knows? It might change as the meta goes because we don't know which of the top decks got really hurt. Well, obviously we know Salamangreats, Orcus got hit, Thunder Dragons, Danger Thunder Dragons got hit quite a bit as well too. Sky Strikers as well too. But anyways, without further ado, let's go with what we have right now. So let's go through the main deck first. So nothing's really changed in the beginning. So we have three Varus cards, stupid good. Been using it at locals all week, and dude, people are just amazed at how good this card is. It's like kind of a Galaxy Soldier, but you get the +2 monsters, have Mally Engrave, or use your Shadow Mist effect, have Polymerization in hand, and then you can just go off, man. Honestly, dude, like, if you could have told me that Stratos could equal 4 monsters on board before this, I'd be like, yo, you're on something right now. But to be honest, this card is why heroes are going to be really really good this format. It's going to be probably not meta, but definitely upper rogue, which I find you'll still have a good chance against beating a lot of the meta decks. Anyways, so to continue increase. So it continues from your farthest place. So nothing's really set over there. Nothing's really new over there. So really really good cards. So you go farthest increase, and when you have your increase, you special Vions. So who is our next card? Really good card. Nothing really new about that. Okay, so we got 2 solid soldiers. It's pretty self-explanatory. I feel 3 is always cloggy, especially in this build since we don't run as old, right? So I think 2 is just a perfect amount. And to be honest, I'm actually doing a lot more combos now with his secondary effect. Because there's a lot of combos you can use polymerization and pretty much get an extender. There's a 3-card combo that's pretty much it's very very easy to do. You just need a Solid Soldier, Stratos, and maybe a Mally in hand, and you could just pretty much go off and make a Dark Claw Plasma with an Honest Neos in hand for the next turn. So it's just and all of that starts with Solid Soldier being able to be used as an extender because you could just polymerize it, go in the grave, get the Shadow Mist out that you dump, and when after I do this video, I'll probably do another combo video and I'll show you in depth on what I'm talking about. I saw this on Reddit and also a couple deck profiles, so it's not my original kind of thing, but definitely very very good and very good for heroes. 2 Shadow Mists, nothing's different about that, but they're great for adding cards. To be honest, I actually have a new use for him, and I'm going to show it to you guys in the actual extra deck. He's actually, if you normal him, it's not the be all and end all. There's actually a combo that you can actually use with just normaling Shadow Mist that is really really good in heroes now that I saw in a previous deck profile that I kind of want to talk about as well too as we get on. But as we go forth, our Stratoses. So we got 2 Stratoses now. So amazing. It feels really good because Stratos is probably one of the most important cards of this deck right now because you can just normal add Forest and just go off pretty much. So people are even talking craziness right now, just being able to use, he's so important now, you might as well actually have a mass hero target with him, which to be honest is not super crazy. But the thing with heroes, I find, unfortunately, a lot of other fellow hero players will also see this as well too. The extra deck is always super tight, but it's just to be honest, it's not unheard of. It's actually a really reasonable thing because you want to dodge impermanence and effect failure if you want to go into your forest plays as well too. But to be honest, I'm still not completely sold on using it as a mass change card, as I'm also kind of completely not sold on using DN because to be honest, they don't really go up that much and they don't really come up that much. And when you actually use them, like you'd rather use your mass changes on your dark targets because we play a lot of them over here, especially since we also have quite a lot of D heroes which are dark. But Stratos going to 2 adds a lot more consistency to the deck, and I think a lot of hero players will find that as well too. And it definitely helps a lot. 1 Honest Neo is obvious for the protection. Nothing's new with that. Really good card still. 2 Malicious. Unfortunately, we can't have everything hero, guys. 2 Malicious still our extender. Still a really good card. You can go in your poly, your Destiny hero fusions, and it's good for fusion Destiny targets. So definitely still good. 1 Dyne attack for your Dystopia pop. Nothing's different over there. This commander, fusion Destiny target, and also you could just revive it off of Cross Crusaders. So still really good. Draw hand, really good to pitch when you have in the grave, and then get it back and go into Dark Law plays. So decent Destiny hero targets. The thing is, I like to have Destiny heroes that can actually do something in this deck and really come up actually when they're in the grave. So it took a lot of searching on which ones I needed and which ones I didn't need it. And also I also still play Dominance, so you have to be able to play enough of Destiny heroes that Dominance will come up, and also you'll be able to go through most of your fusions. So Dominance, Dystopia, Dangerous, that none of them will be just dead because you play 3 fusion Destinies. It'd be a shame to have them just for 3, and then you're stuck with 1, and you can't really do anything with it. So I still think Dominus is a really good card, but we'll go with that when we talk about the extra deck. This guy's new, Dreamer. Well, in my other videos, you've probably seen that he wasn't. I've used him before, but I find that he's still pretty good because I love Plasma in this deck, and I find that he protects it very well. So when you have this guy in the grave, and then you have Honest Neos in hand, what can your opponent do, pretty much? The thing with heroes, and a lot of other hero players will find that we really struggle with our protection. Protection is key, and we don't have enough of it. We don't have searchable spells and traps that kind of protect our kind of stuff. So whenever we kind of have something, I feel like we should kind of use it. I feel this is still kind of useful. So it's good for protecting Dystopia, good for protecting Plasma definitely, because they are cards that have weird outs to it. So you definitely need to use it just in case your opponent can get over your Plasma, so you can be able to go and hopefully beat over and make your opponent's life miserable, I guess. So he's something new and something I kind of added. Speaking of the Devil, Plasma, really good card. Skill drain on legs. So much easier to make in this deck. Nothing's really changed with him. So anyways, we'll speed through the rest of this kind of. So 2 Ashes, standard hand traps, good against most of the meta. 3 mass change, self-explanatory. You have mass change targets, so you use that to dodge impermanence and go into your Dark Law Anki stuff. 3 Fusion Destiny, really good card still. Probably one of the best cards of the deck next to mass change, and Stratos, amazing card. And we have our targets, so we have which you'll see in the extra deck when I talk about it. 2 E-Calls, 1 Rhoda. I still don't think you need really 3 E-Calls. I know Thunder Dragons kind of took a bit hit, but still Colossus is around, and I think a lot of people will still play kind of Thunder Dragons pure because you never know. And and then Rhoda is your 3rd E-Call, so it doesn't really matter, I find. 2 Call by the Grave. 3's kind of cloggy. Before when I was playing 40 cards and 3 Call by the Graves, dude, I've seen Call by the Grave like so many times in my hand where like there's two pieces and I wish I could add a combo piece. You want to see more monsters in your hand so you can go your farthest play. So I feel that 3 is kind of cloggy, 2 is decent because you can at least get your negate. And with heroes now, you can make so many weird kind of combos. You can just like you'll have hands where you have like Hero Lives, Fusion Destiny, and then you'll have another combo piece where you can just go off, and then your opponent will be like 2 or 3 negates, and then you have Call by the Grave, and you can just go over that. So it has so much combo potential. So I feel that you can live with 2 Call by the Graves, 2 Super Polys. Okay, so this card went up to 3 pretty much today, and although 3 is really awesome and you could break boards, I think you still get by on 2. I think 3 is a bit too extra. It's a bit too cloggy. For me to play 3 Super Polys, I'd have to sacrifice some of the monsters, which would have to sacrifice some of the extra deck decisions I'd have to make. So I probably wouldn't have to play. I couldn't probably play as much D heroes because obviously you have to have Stratos at 2. So I decided to keep them at 2 for now. We'll see how that goes. But I find that's like the best option, I find, because you don't want to see, if you have 2 of this card in your hand, it's a brick pretty much. And it's like that power card, and you'll see it enough in a 40 card deck, especially like this, where you'll be able to see it and hopefully go break your opponent's board. Now, I don't think you really need 3 right now. And since Heroes is like one of the only decks that play, that I think can main deck Super Poly very effectively, like I think 2 is fine, and you need to see your other cards. So I think 2 is still a good number to play right now. Like it's the same things. The way I feel about Super Poly is the same way I feel about Call by the Grave. I want to see it, but I don't want to see it too much. So we'll just keep it at 2 for now, and we'll change it probably later. But for now, I feel Super Poly is still good at 2. Hero Lives, unfortunately, still at 1. Again, we can't have everything. Super power, like amazing power card for this deck. 1 Polymerization and 2 Imperms. So, Imperms are like self-explanatory, hits most of the decks. All right, so now we'll go to some new stuff. We'll go to our extra deck. So, start off, 2 Dark Laws, self-explanatory, Macrocosmos Legs. One of the most powerful boss monsters in this deck, and one of the most annoying monsters to play against in this meta, because it's anti-meta, So really good card. Don't have to say much more about that. Anki, good for OTKs. Gets you another mass change so you can go to Dark Law. Can't really say much more about that. Cross Crusaders, you're Isolde, really good card. Locks you into heroes, but you play mostly heroes in your extra deck, so it doesn't really even matter. Dystopia, really good card. Lots of ways to make alive. You can use Dread Decimator, Dynatag, Honest Neos, you name it. Really, really good card in this deck. Dominance, I still believe in this guy. I still believe in this guy until, evil heroes come out and, I'll have to be forced to play Malicious Bane, because Malicious Bane is so much cooler, especially for OTKs. But I find that he's a really good card still because, he has this nice little telescope effect. You get to get 3 targets, your Disc Commander, your draw hand, and then whatever one you have at the whatever other target you have, whether it's a big monster, just kind of like malicious or something, you get to pop off and go +3 and then +4 if you count the draw actually. So I think that Dominance is still a really good card, and I'm still sticking by it, and I think a lot of people still should as well too. 1 Dangerous. Really good card still. He's a 1 card. With him, in Fusion Destiny, he's a 1 card Plasma, which is a good card I find in this deck. And then you can get Dreamer Engrave as well, too. So it's with Dangerous' ability. So with that Fusion Destiny combo, it's a 1 card Plasma and Dreamer Engrave because of this guy. Or even Dynatag if you want to beef your monster. 1 Adoration. I'm actually using him a lot more because I do that Dark Law Plasma combo. Where it's just a 3 card combo, and you can just make Dark Law Plasma with Honest Neos. So, really good card still, I find. And rarely do I kind of keep him to use for his underclock taker ability effect. Like most of the time, I just kind of use him as an extender and a fusion target. So just so I can kind of use an extender with Solid Soldier. Trinity. So I decided to bring Big Boy back. There's another card in my extra deck that kind of helps Big Boy with protection, because the number one problem with Trinity is you guess the protection, right? So I find he's a really good card. You know, you need to like have better ways to OTK in this deck. I find more consistent ways to OTK in this deck, because you know you could play the Borals, but they don't. I found when I was playing against people, especially when I was at Nats and also at even just like at the UDS tournament I had, like my Boral sword, my Avermax, it barely came up, and I find like he is a better option right now, especially since I do have a way of protecting him right now, which I will talk about soon. You know, you have your 5K beater, you can be 7,500K, 7,500 beater when you have Honest Neos on him, and then you can attack 3 times. It's just stupid good, and it's easy to make. It's just a 1-card forest pretty much. So 1 Wonder Driver, good card I find still. You know, you could recycle your fusion spells like Fusion Destiny, Polymerization. You can recycle even Super Poly. So that's why I find that you don't really need to play Super Poly at 3, because if you need it back, you can get it back. Dread Decimator, still a good card. Makes Dystopia alive, makes your guys beaters, buffs up Darklaw Dystopia if you need Darklaw Plasma if need be. So really good card I find still, and he does piercing. So I think he's good as a one of. Super Poly target, Starving Venom Fusion Dragon. So you know I still think people are gonna be playing. They're still gonna be playing. Danger Thunder Dragons, and also even Orcus are going to be able to make 2 darks on the board still, even though they don't have their Bardiche things. It's still like a mass change target for you guys because you predominantly play darks. So, I mean like Super Poly targets, you predominantly play darks. So like I find like he's still worth as playing in the main deck, and I do have some targets I have in the side deck, but that's questionably probably going to change because Salad's got hit really hard. So, but for now, like I talked to a bunch of Salad players, they still think they can make Salad's work, even though they got they got gutted pretty much on the ban list. So, you know, until I don't see any more Salad players, I'm still going to keep that as a target. But we'll see from how the meta shapes in the next couple of weeks. This is the new card I'm playing actually, and what's really good about him is, a lot of people were talking about Altergeist, 1-card Sanguine combos. We can use them in the grave and all that stuff. You could do that with Shadow Mist. So what you do with Shadow Mist is you get Shadow Mist, you normal Shadow Mist, you special, you link summon over your Shadow Mist. You have your Shadow Mist, you add Forest, you go into your forest increase, Vion plays, and you can get what's his name, Trinity over here, and you can get him protected with Almirage. So I find that's really, really good. And then you can also protect Darklaw and also Plasma. If you have a board of Darklaw and Plasma, you don't really have much protection. You can just normal summon a card. Doesn't matter what card it is. It's just like it can be one of your hand traps, even like Ash. It's good that we play a lot of weak D heroes in this deck. I have like Dreamer and like Disc Commander or whatnot. You could use them for something. You could just normal Link Almirage, protect either your Darklaw, Plasma, or whichever one you need. From destruction from card effects. So, it gives you an element of protection. So I think this card is really, really good for heroes, and I think heroes can use them. So, and I know a lot of people are using DN and like. What is it? Mass Hero Blast, because there you got your more mass change targets. But I find like for utility, I think this card is at least better for me and the cards I'm going to be playing, because I'm going to be able to go into this very, very consistently, I find. And your last card is Unicorn, just for utility. You could use it for everything. You could spin a field spell, you can spin a monster, you can spin that Colossus that your opponent has. So for utility wise, I think it's still really good. And if I'm gonna play a Nightmare, that's the only one because like you get the spin ability, spin a card, any card on the field, and then you could also if I have Starving Bed and Fusion Dragon, something problematic on the top, and I want to get rid of it, then I can just link over there and then start making plays underneath. So I won't be trapped. And anyways, that's kind of what I have. The side deck still work in progress. Thinking about a lot of things. I'm thinking of having Solemn Judgments in my side decks now because it's up to 3. I still find 3's a bit overkill. I think you can get away with 2, especially since this deck is pretty tight still. So, whatever way you can use to protect Darklaw, I find you need to use. And, there's still a couple things I'm kind of questioning as well, too, like hand traps wise. Like, I don't think Lancea is going to be coming up as much because I don't think it really needs as much anymore. But we'll see on whether people are going to, the Danger Thunder Dragon players are going to switch to Pure, or if Lancea is going to be able to make some other plays after, because most of the time now, I think if you hit Mermaid, and it's pretty much, they're kind of stuck right now. So we'll have to see what Orcus players will conjure up. Anyways, so that's the deck I have right now post Banlist. It might change in a couple weeks, and when it does, and it's drastic enough, I'll post another video on the deck profile. So, anyways, thanks for watching this video. Hit that like button or whatnot, and I'll keep you posting with more videos. Thanks for watching, guys.